New York went from the world's biggest hotspot of COVID cases to the state with one of the lowest reported cases in America. And Governor Cuomo says he wants to keep it that way. He says he's imposing fines on people who don't quarantine for 14 days if they're visiting from several states that are surging right now. Now, is this the right way to go, Joy? Or should we just say, hey, look, don't come over here? Is that wrong? Is that wrong of me, Joy?
No, it's not. I mean, I could start getting a little bit resentful if they start bringing their COVID back to New York again. I mean, I've been sheltering in place since March 13th. And, you know, Steve and I fight over who's going to go out and get the mail, okay? That's how pathetic it's become. So I don't want them bringing their viruses back here. But having said that, I think it will be difficult to enforce, especially if you're driving in, unless your license plate says you're from Florida or someplace else. But on the other, and I know that it'll be easy if you're coming in by plane, but I think that people generally obey laws. You know, I think they do. I was thinking of the seatbelt law, and I was thinking of smoking. How, you know, you can't really enforce a seatbelt law. We don't know who's got them on and who doesn't. And yet, probably 98% of Americans now wear a seatbelt. So I think that you can enforce it almost like on the honor, on people's honor and just obeying the law. So I think it's a very good idea.
Right. Well, he says he's going to fine people who don't quarantine. So how enforceable is that, Sonny?
It's very enforceable, like Joy said. I mean, people usually do, I think, follow these kinds of laws, but it is very enforceable if they fly in, and it certainly is enforceable if they're driving in, because they do have their license plates that identify them. And this really is a states' rights thing, right? We know that governors have taken the lead in every state to put laws in place and to put public health concerns in place. And the laws really make, they provide that public health officials can put these laws in place, and governors can put these laws in place. So fines are possible, criminal action is possible. So I think it's a smart thing to do. I kind of feel like Joy. I've been in this house since March 31st. Don't bring the Rona here. I mean, just stay where you are. I mean, we'll never be able to leave.
Megan,
she's not wrong.
Do you think this is is this long overdue or payback, do you think, Megan?
I mean, I think it's pretty clear on this show, and then privately what I text especially to Joy and Sonny almost daily, that I'm never getting out of here. And it's not because the women of The View haven't been sheltering in place and being responsible. It's because a lot of other people haven't. And I think when you're talking about guarding New York City, which now this is a state that the rest of the country is looking to as a beacon of what is possible, I'm not mad at the idea of people having to take quarantine. That's what they're doing in Hawaii right now. I woke up this morning and Axios has a piece out, and I just wanted to quote this. It said, quote, "The U.S. is getting closer to the worst case scenario. Nationwide cases are up 30% compared to the beginning of this month. Outbreaks in several states are beginning to strain hospital capacity." That's scary. That's a scary thing to wake up to. So I don't know what we're doing wrong in this country that Europe and other countries are doing right.
I can tell you.
Go ahead, please.
Well, you know, part of this is people have misunderstood what this was for, what all the sheltering in place was for. This isn't about your political rights. This isn't about people telling you what to do. This is a health issue. There are people who died, many, many people. So when you have Ron DeSantis sort of flippantly not realizing that first we shamed Florida into sending all of those kids home because they were all on the beach. And he said, see, everything's fine here. Nothing's happening. And then he opened up, and now the poop is hitting the fan. Same with Texas. He said, no, no, it isn't anything. Listen, nobody wants to do this. Nobody really wants to wear a mask. But if they say mask or die, I'm choosing the mask. Why would you tempt fate like this when we see that we don't know anything about COVID? We don't know how it affects different people. We don't know what's really going on. So why wouldn't you opt to protect yourself and people you may not know, but people you might love? I don't understand it. It's not, you know, you're political. It's not political. Live or die. Live or die. Those are the two choices. That's it. So I'm opting for, you know, living. I'm putting on the mask. And, you know, some masks don't make you look good, but I'm going to find the ones that, you know, contour my face and everything, make my lips look good. That's what I'm doing. So